Hi, welcome back. For those of you new here, my name is Mathis, and I just moved to Norway, and this channel is about that whole experience. So, today's video, second part of the whole process. It's an exciting video. It was a very exciting time, and I'll take you along and tell you about it. But I'd say let's go to a different location that we haven't been yet. So, check in a little bit later. Give me a sec while I smoke this cigarette. My aching body feels better still. What do you do when you just pick up my guitar and too much on your plate when I need to escape. Everything will be better when I find a way. Much better. Let's have some water. Go. So, to tell this part of the story, we have to go all the way back to March 2021 because that's really when it all started, or at least started to finalize, or get more precise in the process. Because it all started with a phone call. So, for those of you who know me, you know that I work in sales. And back in March last year, I had a routine call with a client, and that whole conversation was amazing, and kind of at some point turned into, a conversation where we talked about dreams and what we want to do, and that's where I initially mentioned my idea, my plan of moving to Norway, and just so happened to be that client was a Norwegian client of mine, so we got to talking, and my now boss, she told me back then that, she might have something for me, and that's really how it all started. From there on, it just kind of, we had multiple conversations and multiple phone calls to just kind of discuss and figure out the details of this whole endeavor and what it could look like. And super exciting time because a simple phone call with a client can turn into something amazing that will help you realize your dream. So, that's pretty much how it started. And that was super exciting. I did not expect going to that call back then that would happen. And it still kind of boggles my mind. But, very, very grateful to my boss. I know you're watching. Thank you. So, let's move on, and I'll tell you guys the rest of the story. What a view. Ridiculous. Can't believe this is my backyard. Crazy. Anyway, to finish the video, so the initial conversation last March kind of triggered the whole process, right? So after that, we spent a couple months discussing terms, talking about the whole idea of me moving here and working for her and what my position would be and all those details you have to think about, right? So where will I live, or where we live? When shall we move? When do I start? Etc., etc., etc. And that whole process was super exciting because it meant this whole idea, this whole dream at that point was about to get real. And that was kind of that whole situation, at least for me, gave me a huge push last year, 2021. And I was just stoked and excited to see where it goes. And so when my girlfriend and I, we went to Greece, I think it was June of last year. And I remember this really well because it was quite a funny situation. It was beautiful weather. It was on Santorini Island. We were out just, browsing, just had a delicious lunch, I think. And she was in a retail shop browsing for flip-flops or something. I don't even remember. And I was waiting outside because it was too warm for me and I didn't want to go shopping. And so I checked my phone and I had this email on this email from, at the time, my potential new boss, right? And I checked the phone. I think the subject line was something super simple like working contract. And I thought it was spam at first. I was like, what? No, this can't be. Really? Seriously? And then I opened the email and sure enough, it was my working contract. And I was so stoked and excited, and that was just an unreal moment. And so I waited for my girlfriend to come out of the shop and I was like, guess what? She's like, what? I'm like, we're moving to Norway. And I remember this was funny because she was completely out of her mind and didn't know where front was, where back was, and just walked around in circles for like 10 seconds. And yeah, from that point on, it all just got real fast. And we were both super excited, and we were in an amazing place when we got the news, and now we live in an amazing country with these views. I mean, you just saw them, right? So yeah, it's been unreal, and wouldn't have done it any other way. But this whole what did we learn, or what did I learn from this, just comes to show that, one, if you have a dream, just make sure you work towards it, and two, sometimes all it takes is a really good connection with someone, and then your whole life can change. And yeah, still can't believe it, to be honest. I mean, I'm sitting here on a mountain top, the ocean in the background, there's a lake down here. I mean, what else do you want? Beautiful weather today, blue skies. It's unreal. It truly is. So that's kind of the short version. That whole process took about 6 months, 5 months, 6 months. Well, maybe a little bit less. And from that point on, once we were back from the holiday where I got the news, it was pretty much just figuring out all the details. And the actual moving here and how we did all that, I'll discuss that in the next video, the last part, because that is also very exciting. And there was a bit of drama as well, but I'll get into that in the next video. So yeah, if you have any questions or you want to hear more in depth about certain steps of the way, let me know in the comments below. And
I guess I'll leave it at that. Happy Sunday, and I'm hoping you have beautiful weather like this as well. Yeah, we'll check in next week for a new video. So, see you soon. Stay safe, stay hungry, and cheers.